Right, that's that barrel changed. Have you seen my phone anywhere?
Seen it, I've heard it. The thing hasn't stopped ringing. Are you okay, Flower?
I'm fine. I've just been getting some strange messages, that's all, but I'm fine. Hello, good evening and welcome to this week's episode of Your Manchester.
We've got a busy show ahead, so sit back, relax and let us pour you a cocktail.
Oh, that's right. The lovely Anita will be popping in for a drink to talk all about the fundraising that she's been doing for the George House Trust.
And I'm heading down to Manchester's Canal, not Canal Street, the actual Canal, to see what the cast of SpongeBob The Musical are doing to help the region environmentally.
Lovely stuff. And actor Ian Hallard will be telling me all about his latest play, The Way the Old Friends Do.
There's more news from Trafford Pride's closing party with the wonderful Susie Q.
Our Eve tells us all about Manchester's open mic nights. And get this, we're giving you an exclusive first look at Challenge Belinda.
Oh, dearie me. Do we have to?
We
now
do.
Listen, there's all that plus a whole lot more only on tonight's show. Here's how your Wednesday night with Your Manchester is looking. There you
Cheers,
go, my
love.
love. Oh, look who's joined
Oh,
us.
hello,
It's our
you
lovely
too.
Anita. How are you?
Hop in for a drink and see
What
how
do you
you're
think?
going.
Do you like it?
I am loving the decor. Betty Boo may disappear when I leave after my drink this afternoon,
You can
guys.
have it, love. Now, listen, you're coming here today because why? What?
Well, we decided that you don't run enough.
And I don't
So,
walk. You know.
We're going to make you walk.
Right,
We're doing a 5K walk for George House Trust
right.
around Heaton Park on
Yeah.
the 5th of August. It's going to be a picnic, so there's food. Always a reason to go.
be there.
Always a
Put
reason
that
to
on a
go.
string in front of me.
So
What
the
then?
challenge, I believe,
Yes.
is accepted by you
It
to come
is.
and walk for George House
Have I got to wear this?
and join us. I
t-shirt?
think
The
you're going to
biggest
get.
challenge, can I just say,
in
will
it.
be getting you into that t-shirt.
I think that could be a challenge there.
We spoke to you a few weeks ago about the George House Trust. You feel
We
very
did.
passionate about them, don't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. After the interview I did with you guys, I have to say it's been amazing. The response that we've had from people, because obviously I was outing myself as well.
Yeah.
Has been amazing. At the moment, our fundraising, which was only for £500, stands at 843.
That's amazing.
So we are
Incredible.
so excited.
It's down as a run, but it's not a run necessarily,
No,
is it?
it's a walk. It's a 5K walk. We want everyone to join, families, friends. So it makes it a really good day out, a bit like the old gay pink picnics we used to
And how
have
do people
before.
get involved if they want to?
Just turn up. If you, I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
So all they need to do is come on the link, send me an email and say we're coming, and we're going to send evidently the new magic Euro 3 words of where we're going to be situated in Heaton Park on the day.
These 3 words.
I don't get it.
I'd love to know what our 3 words are here.
Oh,
We'll have a look into
Count.
that.
oh, we
We'll
need
have
to
a look
do
into
that.
But
Scandal.
listen, I've got to
I know.
I've got to
Look
get
at the
down to.
time.
I'm doing something very special with Davina De Campo
I'm
and the
very
cast of
jealous.
SpongeBob. I'm going down the canal.
That looks amazing.
Don't it though?
You'll have to get yourself down there. It's down at the Opera House.
Oh, is it?
Let me top your wine up, love.
Oh, thank
there we
you.
go. You're
Might
going to
need
stick
that.
around.
I'm going to stick around for the
There
rest
we
of the
go.
day.
And I'm going to
Cheers.
go over here because I've got to go and chat with Ian Hallard, who is coming to the Lowry next week to chat all about his brand new play that is writing and starring in.
Fabulous.
And joining me now to talk all about the play he's not only starring in, but he's also written. It's Ian Hallard. Hello to you, Ian.
Hello there, how are you doing?
I'm very good. So before we get on to your new production, just tell me a little bit about your career and where we're up to now.
Oh, well, I've been acting, gosh, nearly 25 years now, I think, which seems kind of unbelievable. 4 years ago, I decided to sit down and try and write my first play.
And it's called The Way Old Friends Do. Just tell us a little bit about the plot line and what goes on stage. I'm hearing things of ABBA tribute acts.
That's right. Yes. Well, I'm a lifelong ABBA fan, so I decided to write what I knew, and I had the idea of creating a story about the world's first drag ABBA tribute band, and I thought, "God, surely someone has thought of doing that."
And how can people see this? As of course, it's coming to the Lowry next week.
Yes, we're on the 22nd to the 29th of May. I can't remember what day the matinees are, but it's all on the Lowry website, and also at the wayoldfriendsdo.com has got all the dates and ticket details and cast details as well.
Good evening, your Manchester. I'm Eve Jean and I'm back to give you the latest on the northern soul of our city. Now, if you're anything like me, you love a good sing-along, and where better to go than an open mic night? I've made a list of open mic nights in Manchester enough to fill your entire week, so no excuses. Get your guitar and go. I walk past the Brick House Social every day, and I never even knew they had an open mic night until today. They open the stage to singers, songwriters, musicians and poets alike every Monday from 7:30 p.m. Just a hop, skip and a jump away from Brick House Social is the Thirsty Scholar, an authentic boozer just down the stairs from Oxford Road Station, hosted by Tony Tuesday from 7 p.m. Similar to the Thirsty Scholar, the Lasso Gari pub is your typical old-fashioned pub, running their open mic night every Wednesday from 7:30 onwards. A cafe next to a music label. What more could you want? If you're looking for an intimate open mic night with coffee, fairy lights and cake, Ditto is for you from 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. The Seven Oaks sits just around the corner from the Gay Village in Chinatown. Every Friday from 7:30 and of course a free drink for performers. Now, although I did my research, I couldn't find an open mic night in the city centre on Saturday, but I did find Hatch's Band on the highway, so if you're looking for live music and DJs, head to Hatch at 7 p.m. Entering the beautiful sunny northern quarter, you might stumble across an old DVD rental shop, except it isn't. This blockbuster themed bar has open mic nights every Sunday from 7 p.m. Thanks for listening, your Manchester. Go and have a sing along and I might see you there. Good night.
Well, SpongeBob the Musical is in town here in Manchester at the Opera House all this week, and as if that's not enough doing 8 shows a week, 3 of the cast have decided to come down and clean a bit of the canal. Now, our canals are renowned for having more deck chairs than Blackpool Pleasure Beach, everybody. So we're going to see what they find in there. It's all very, very lovely, and it's nice that these wonderful people who are very, very busy are actually coming down doing a little bit of canal cleaning. It's all exciting. We're joined by Lewis Corey, Davina De Campo and Tom Reed-Wilson. You've been canal cleaning today. Yeah. Why?
Well, we're in SpongeBob the Musical, which, you know, we're all under the sea, and there's a bit of an ecological slant to the show. Yes. So lots of the set and the costumes have been made through repurposed and recycled materials.
Well, that's clever, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we'll be using much that we've had from the canal because it was mostly broken bottles, which isn't really very useful for a costume.
Cigarettes might look nice on the set, maybe.
The good news is you've not found any people, though, so...
No
good.
people.
There's still time.
Lots of people walking around and having a lovely day, though.
Yes. Now, this seems a very normal musical to put somebody as posh as you in. Doesn't it?
Well, yes. Well, it's very divergent, isn't it? I mean, we've got so many composers, so many writers. But as you always say, it's amazing because there is this sort of golden gossamer thread of consistency that runs through it, isn't there? I mean, you always say that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have thought with that many lyricists and that many composers that you'd have a kind of constant, but there really is.
Who are you playing in this, then?
Squidward Q tentacles.
Oh, lovely.
So I have 2 extra legs, which are just neatly tucked into my pants at the moment, but they spring out at night.
It's the best place to keep tentacles in your pants, yes.
Well, they're apt to wander, you see.
Oh, are they?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
So, I suppose... Let's go. So, over here...
This is getting very X-rated.
You're doing very well in this, aren't you? Living under the sea and all that stuff that comes with it. What would you say are the main traits that you should look for in a SpongeBob?
Oh, optimism.
Yes.
Stretchiness.
Yes.
What's another one? Absorbentness as well.
Is that even a word?
Well, he's very porous.
It's very
He
porous.
is. He's very true to character, and he can't say this about himself, but he's got the best larynx in the business.
Have you? We've been hearing this though since you started this. You're apparently very, very good.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
Would you say you're very, very good?
I would say I'm incredible.
Would you though?
Yeah, I'd say this is a show-stealing performance actually from me. I would say.
And then we come over to you now. We spoke to you last. I can see where this is going. We spoke to you last week about you being the baddie. And how are you finding being the baddie next to such an angelic-looking person?
Well, you see, that's the thing, isn't it? Because looks can be deceiving, and actually, he's a terrible human.
Is he?
But a wonderful SpongeBob. No, he's absolutely dreamy. He's really, really...
Drama!
Saying today, within 3 minutes of meeting him, this anthracite twinkle flared up, and it does all the. And actually, he does use that as SpongeBob.
Lovely.
He's got an impish quality.
I'd agree with you if I knew what that word meant.
What anthracite?
What is it? It sounds like a crystal.
Very, very black coal. Yes,
Oh, yeah, see, it's a crystal.
That shimmers like the twinkle in his eye.
Oh, flower. You've always been a bit passionate about the environment and the environmental causes. Why is that for you?
Well, because we're all going to die, darling. That's why.
There's only you could say that and then laugh.
Because there's hope. That's the thing. That's why. Because there's still hope. We're not at the point where we can't do anything about it. We're still at the point where there is just enough time, but we have to do something about it quickly.
And is there a message that's in SpongeBob that tells people to recycle?
Yes. Well, the message really in SpongeBob is that when we all work together and we're hopeful and we have a plan, then we can make anything happen.
Yes.
Exactly that.
Exactly that.
Ditto.
I'd like to thank you for your contribution.
Thank you.
Do you want to sing anything while we're here? No, all right.
Wonderwall? Anyone?
Do you want to sing anything?
I really don't. No. No, I can't.
Quick
I'm
tap
afraid.
dance?
I could do a soft shoe, maybe.
could you?
No, I can't. I'm afraid not on the bridge.
No, okay. Get your hands out your
You can.
pockets. I'll do the entertaining. So SpongeBob is running from when till when?
It's running from tonight, which is the 17th, Wednesday the 17th, until the 21st. So we have a matinee on Sunday as well.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, darling.
That all looks very good, doesn't it, Belinda? Now get yourself back up here to this bar. I need you to help out. And well, myself and Ollie actually went to go and see the SpongeBob musical down at the Opera House last night, and you can see our review of that over on our Instagram page. We're at YourMCR. Oh,
I'm back.
You're back?
I'm back.
That was very quick.
And I brought a friend.
You brought a friend as well.
Have you brought
Drink,
ID?
love. Challenge 25.
This is very exciting because we're doing something very, very special on Saturday.
We are indeed.
Is that the Trafford Pride closing party?
It is indeed.
I've heard a lot about that.
This is at a lovely venue called Mano a Bocco, which has got a lovely gelateria. That's what you call it. An ice cream place.
Oh.
Right. And a gelato.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's going to have food there. It's going to have all sorts
That's
there.
where you're
everything.
going.
Exactly, yes. It's good. It's a 3-course meal, yeah.
Oh.
And it's only £55 for
How many of them will you get to on the night?
most of them. So what is it you're doing there?
So I'm going to be doing some live singing with you. We're going to be doing a bit of Eurythmics, bit of Bryan Adams.
Oh, love
nice
that.
classic. Love a bit of the 80s. So I'm very excited about that. And I believe, if I'm correct, Belinda, that £5 from each ticket goes to the LGBT
That's
Foundation.
right, yeah, one of the great
fantastic,
foundations. Now we've got to speak about what you do, because you do drag, and yet you are what they class as a genuine female.
I am, yes.
Yes.
Genuine. There's several names for it. It used to be Bio Queen, now it's AFAB Queen. I just see myself as a drag queen, I just see myself as an entertainer.
So why drag for you then?
I kind of fell into it, if I'm honest. It just kind of started out as doing a bit of choreography, and then it kind of went a little bit further, and I ended up on stage, and the character was born.
And you've danced your whole life, haven't you?
I have, yes. I've been dancing since I was 3, so do that maths. It's been a very long time.
A while,
A
shall we
while,
say?
a while, yes.
So, what is it that you love about drag then? What is excites you about drag?
I think for me with drag, it's and I think the reason I love performing in general is that it gives you that opportunity of escapism, and I think all drag queens would agree with that. It's that ability to be whoever you want to be. You know, I can look one way one day and then look completely different the next day. I don't always look like I'm about to compete in a Year 7 gymnastics.
But you do very glam drag though, don't you?
I do, yeah. I like to think, because I border, I think, quite androgynous in my normal life. I tend to go very overtly female and very overly feminine when I do my drag. Cut to, it turns out that it's a very expensive hobby that I don't think my mum's ever quite forgiven me for. So, yeah.
You can pay her back now, though, can't you?
Well, I'll tell you, I'll send her a bottle of this lovely wine.
This is lovely, this.
Is it nice gear, though?
It's lovely.
It's a vintage.
Is it?
It's vintage, and do you know, it's best on chips. No word of a lie.
Oh, lovely.
It really is. So enjoy that. So once again, what's the details for this Saturday's thing? Like I don't know.
So this Saturday, myself and Belinda will be down at Mano Bocco.
Mano Bocco, yeah.
Mano Bocco, that's it. From 8 o'clock, doing the closing party for Trafford Pride. Tickets are £55 available at Pride at Trafford.
So it's all going on.
It is all going on.
It's
Thank you very
exciting.
much for popping into our bar. How's your wine?
You're welcome.
And joining us now is Carl Austin Behan. What is today all about?
Right, so today is Ida Hobbit, International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia and Transphobia. And I think we know that within the Armed Forces and the Blue Light Services, we know that we're unrepresented within the LGBTQ plus community. So I thought today would be a great day to bring the Blue Light Services and the Armed Forces together here in Sackville Gardens, in the heart of Manchester's Gay Village, to do a bit of a recruitment drive to support them, because, you know, time after time we hear that we're unrepresented within the armed forces or the police or the fire service, but unless we do something about it, we are going to be unrepresented. So I thought, right, let's sort of try and do something about it, and let's just bring everyone together.
And are people from the LGBT now allowed to be involved within the armed forces?
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because obviously, for those who don't know, 26 years ago, I was kicked out of the Air Force and could have gone to military prison for being gay. The ban wasn't lifted until the 12th of January 2000, so I was dismissed and I could have gone to military prison. Once I'd left the Air Force, or once kicked out, I actually joined Great Manchester Fire Service in 1998. But again, there was no diversity and equality, and I lasted 18 months. Not through any other reason, just the fact that I didn't feel that it was somewhere that I felt that I could be my true self. So I left, and then over the years, I've ended up getting more and more involved with the armed forces again, and with all our emergency services, because we realise an amazing job they do. And I want to be a spokesperson to make sure that people feel that when they're growing up now, who do sort of come under the LGBTQ plus umbrella, realise that they can have a career within the armed forces, and they can have a career within the Blue Light Services right across the country. And it's an amazing job. I loved the Air Force and the Fire Service, but at the same time, it wasn't the right time back then because of obviously the prejudice.
I was just going to say that. So, because you're really actively supporting people getting involved with the armed forces, but you still must be slightly scarred at how you were treated whilst you were part of the armed services.
I don't blame the armed forces. I blame the government and subsequent governments, because they made it quite clear on my discharge notes that it was the government. I got a letter from the MOD and from 10 Downing Street making it very clear that because the Prime Minister and the Cabinet hadn't put that through into Westminster, then it wasn't going to go through. So I don't blame the armed forces at all.
So what jobs are available within the armed forces for, somebody that's gay or transsexual, etc.?
There's a complete mix of any job. All jobs are available to everybody who now within the armed forces, and whether you're male, female, trans, non-binary, it's open to everybody.
So you would say then that everything is fine now should you want a career within the armed services?
I'd say it's just a career within the armed forces and the Blue Light Services is there for you for the taking, and it's about the fact of having that opportunity which we didn't used to have, and that's what today is about, making sure that everyone feels that they're welcome within all the services that are out there to offer.
One of my favourite events of the calendar is Sparkle, and Sparkle is about to explode into something wonderful and fantastic thanks to this wonderful person here. RJ, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Tell us, Sparkle.
So Sparkle is the national transgender charity, and we run the Sparkle weekend second weekend in July. So that falls this year on 7th, 8th, 9th.
Lovely. What can we expect to see there?
So this year we've added some new elements. So we've got the usual stage and all of our trans-based acts. So trans, non-binary talent from right across the UK and wider. And then this year we've added a larger youth zone to kind of up that contingent for trans youth. We've got a positivity zone, which is based on trans and queer arts and kind of small businesses that wouldn't normally get a platform at a festival. And then we've got a wellness zone as well.
Now, why is Sparkle such a popular and important event each year?
So Sparkle's been running for 18 years this year. Obviously, we had some delays with COVID, so this is actually like our 18th event. So it's the world's largest trans-based event that's free to attend, and it has around about 22,000 visitors a year. So there's many people that don't get the opportunity to attend Pride events due to cost or other facilitation issues. So we kind of want to keep that as accessible as possible to everybody.
So is it a free event then?
Yes. So everything at the Sparkle weekend within the park in Sackville Gardens is free over the weekend. There's no tickets, so it's turn up on the day. Before the event this year, we're actually running a Trans Joy March in the morning, which is a bit like a mini Pride parade in and around the village.
So it's a fully inclusive event then?
Yeah, we try to cover as much as possible whilst still doing it on an entirely voluntary-led basis. So we don't have any staff, so it's all volunteering.
Wow. So on the stage then, you mentioned a couple of acts there. Anything in particular that we should be really excited about?
Well, we've not actually launched the stage hookup and links yet, but they are coming. We're about 10 days away from the first launch for that. We're about 7 to 10 days away from launching the Sparkle Ball, which is a really good uplift this year. So we've moved that over to the Kimpton on the Saturday night. And there's kind of 3 tiers of tickets this year. So we've got a community rate, we've got a kind of a slightly funded rate, which is what our normal average tickets would be. And then we've got a corporate rate that subsidises.
Yeah.
So just a bit more kind of fundraising and a bit more fun, really.
So if people want more information about this event, how do they do it?
They can go to www.sparkle.org.uk, or they can head over to Facebook or Instagram. We're on Instagram, sparkle.weekend.
Excuse me, mate. Do you know the way to Manchester? I'm looking for my brother. That way.
And with that, that brings us to the end of the show.
Not just yet. Hold on a second. There is something I need to share with everyone first, because here is your exclusive first look at Challenge Belinda, which kickstarts on Your Manchester from next week. Take a look at this. Oh, you excited, love?
Oh, what an experience it was to film that. I don't know whether I'm dreading it or excited to see it.
Oh, you do not want to miss out. Can I just say, I think that was potentially one of the best things that we have ever shot here at Your Manchester.
Yes, but that was because you got to sit on the sidelines and watch me get put through my paces.
That is exactly the reason why, and it wasn't very easy to say, was it? So, as I said, you can catch up on that over the next couple of weeks here on Your Manchester. But for now, that's all we've got time for.
Ah, yes. But on next week's show, we are coming live from the tea rooms run by Emma Gregory, wife of Coronation Street's Steve McDonald, Simon Gregson.
Oh, they're lovely, those two, aren't they? And Ollie is at the Colours Festival, as well as introducing a brand new documentary series that'll be airing over the next month here on Your Manchester. And as well as that, we've got the next instalment of our little soap bubble, Belle's Bar.
But for now, have a wonderful week, everybody.
And we'll see you again next Wednesday for even more Your Manchester!